on our program, and it's a very good. I've got a secret clip there that we just saw with Peanuts Taylor. You know, Peanuts, in the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Peter Nygard's fashion, we spoke with another John P. Chipman. You know that
John,
name?
Oh, yeah.
I asked
That's
him.
my buddy.
Yeah, I asked him on this show recently who's the best drummer between the two of you. You've had some competitions in recent times.
Yeah,
eh?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
How did you meet Chippy? I know it's many moons ago.
Well, Chippy's mother is a tailor, so she's related to me, and that's how I met him. And his wife, Becky, he and Becky came to work with me when I opened my first club over the hill, and that's how we got to know each other.
Okay. Now you are a world-renowned percussionist. You've been entertaining around the world.
Right.
Chippy said that he is a better drummer than you are.
That's okay.
Is that so?
That's okay.
That's not so, eh?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's better, yeah.
You see, Peanuts is a very modest man. You know, John Chippy Chipman is watching you. You know, you need to tell him that you are
He's
still
better than me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'll tell him.
You'll tell him that.
It's always so much fun to watch them in their drum offs, you know.
Yeah.
It's a highlight of so many people's lives to be able to see them compete.
Yes, and they've done it on numerous occasions to the delight of thousands of people, well, certainly to the delight of a whole lot of Bahamians who have seen this drum off. You started that many years ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and so let's take a look at this drum off between Chippy Chipman and Mr. John Berkeley Peanuts Taylor.
The incomparable Mr. Berkeley Peanuts Taylor and the Honorable John Chippy Chipman. Please give them a nice round of applause. make more noise than that, I'm sure. How about for this incredible young Bahamian?
That was the drum off between Chippy Chipman and Peanuts Taylor, and we have enjoyed them in these drum offs for many, many years. And since you retired, you don't hardly play the drums now, eh?
No.
You're just taking it easy.
Might as well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay.
But he's still such a nice role model for so many people. And I think that Chippy Chipman and Peanuts Taylor just led a group of kids, right, that were following in their footsteps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, you have to pass things on, and if you don't pass what you have to give on to the culture of the country, you might as well not have the talent.
Yes.
So you pass the talent on to the young people, and I enjoy doing that. Did a show last week with some girls. They play good, man.
Okay.
good.
So you instruct them as you have done for Josiah Kinlock, eh? Yes. Very good. And in Santiago de Cuba, you did a whole lot of work there as well.
Yeah.
Over the years.
I went there with Paul Mayers.
Yes.
When he worked at the Tropicana club in Havana.
So you played at the Tropicana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And you Josiah, also sang in Cuba. You just love Cuba, don't you?
Well, I have a recording studio, audio and video, make my own productions for the last 16 years.
In Cuba?
In Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an audio and light company which we rent lights and audio to the government monthly. And I produce a lot of Cuban artists. Like I said, I was the first Caribbean artist to ever win a Cuban Latin Grammy Award, and they had to create a Caribbean category in order to give me the award for my participation.
So you call it a Cuba?
The event is called Cuba Disco, but it's the equivalent to the American Grammys. It's their award ceremony. And I was fortunate after working. You know, I went to the Ministry of Culture after my first trip to Cuba, second trip, and I opened the door and say, hey, I want to get involved in music in Cuba. And they said, welcome. And they opened the doors, and they started inviting me to this, that. They gave me a band to work with and put me on TV shows and this and that. And solo, I started representing the Bahamas. And I was just invited to so many events culturally that I solo was represented in the Bahamas. Every place I go, I'm in magazines, tons of magazines. Josiah Kinlock, Bahamas. And I did Festival de Fuego. Painters was on that. That's the first event where I was a part of the Bahamas government. So for the last 16 years, I've been doing this solo, representing the Bahamas in Cuba, with my work and everything else.
In fact, Josiah has a song called Bahamian Girl, and so he wanted to perform it there in Cuba. So they got 50 beautiful dancers and had them in beautiful long dresses with sea sponges on their head, and they all performed behind him as he did the show, Bahamian Girl in Cuba. And all the crowd went wild.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's very nice. I have the footage of that.
All right, well, let's take a look at that, but we're going to take a break here first. We're going to take a break on our show, the platform, and when we return, we are going to introduce some of the songs of Josiah Kinlock. We take this break and we'll come right back.